I realize I may have been a little bit hostile in my delivery with some of the content that I put up. Oh, excuse my hair. I had ordered some gel color and I was giving it a test run to see if I liked any of the colors. But I need for you, or I would like for you to understand that even though my delivery is passionate because I feel strongly about the points that's being made in the video, it is not directed at you personally, and it is definitely not to offend you. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want you to feel like I'm angry or I am angry towards you, the listener, the viewer. It's not that at all. It's that not all the time, but sometimes when I'm doing my videos, I can go back and be in that very moment of whatever situation may have happened. And I remember that feeling. And I just wanted to bring that point to you to let you guys know that, I am definitely not trying to disrespect you. And please do not take it personal. It's just a delivery. And I'm just really trying to focus on getting my point across. Another thing I wanted to say is I did a video titled Dragging Bitches Too, right? And after I got past the moment, because I had a moment, even though plenty of women could relate to having interactions with other women like that, I just want to say that, or rather clean it up a little bit, to say that adulting requires balance, requires maintenance of oneself and of your relationships. Your relationships with people, if you genuinely care about those people, require maintenance and reciprocation on both or more parties, depending on how many people is in this relationship. Even if it's just a sisterhood, the sister, I don't know what's going on why I can't talk this morning, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Even if it's a sisterhood, you don't abandon people that you care about at any time. You don't discard them at any time. You don't disrespect them or belittle them at any time. You can have a relationship with your man or your significant other and still have a relationship with your friends and or your sisters. And if at any time your man or significant other doesn't support you having a sisterhood, it does not always necessarily mean that he has your best interests at heart. So you need to do the necessary work. Yes, get into your mind, get an understanding, get an overstanding that as a women, our job is never fucking done. If you want to be the best version of yourself, your healing process is ongoing. You got to stay consistent. Even on your fucking days off, you're still healing. A part of you is still healing. So even if you're not at a phase where you can deal with anything at the moment mentally, your body is still healing, right? So I'm saying all I have to say is that you can have more than one relationship simultaneously. You can maintain more than, if all your focus is on one person, if all your resources is going on one person, well, actually, what do you even have for yourself? You have to be able to balance everything. And those of us that care and that love you won't ever put you in a predicament where you have to choose. My message about dragging bitches too, even though I probably came across a little hostile and frustrated, but excuse me, my message about dragging bitches too was mainly just to tell you that you can have more than one relationship. You do not have to focus all your attention on one individual. I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave it there. So, again, I hope you're not offended. I wasn't trying to offend you. I had just got caught up in a moment because I remember times where, I had a day. I had kind of like, a rough day. And it honestly takes me a lot to really talk and converse with people. This is why this channel was so important for me, because I needed a way to be able to not just vent and heal out loud. I needed to be able to just talk. And in some of my experiences, when I go back and think on it, the feeling comes back so vividly. I have this thing or that I'm working on now, that I was putting people before myself. That was my love language. And in putting people before myself, a lot of time I would be there for people, whether I had the space or not, in any type of way, I would be there for people. I took on this role, so to speak, in my friendship and in my sisterhood. So it became difficult for me to have venting sessions and talk with them, because I felt like, okay, everyone is depending on me. So I can't call them with some shit that I'm going through, because they going through something, or they're always going through something. So I'm going to be the friend that they need. But even a strong friend sometimes needs an outlet, needs an ear, needs a shoulder, needs a hand. And when I muster up what I need to be able to open up and have this discussion with you, and you cut me off mid-sentence or mid-discussion, or I don't give a damn if it's in the beginning or even at the end, before we get to a conclusion or before we get to a solution, when you cut me off because it's not that there's an emergency with the kids, there's not that it's a business phone call and that you have to take it, but when you cut me off because someone, in particular your significant other, is on the phone beeping in, not even because they want to make sure you're good or because it's just the normal check-in time, but sincerely because they're toxic, they're working on breaking you in one form or another. This I know. and they need your undivided attention all the time. So you don't even have room to assist me or assist your girlfriend or your sister with just an ear. I'm not going so deep into talk about finances, but I'm just talking about in general conversation. It just says a lot. And so not only did I have to retract my energy from these people, but I had to do inventory on my life and myself. And I had to ask myself, you there for a lot of people. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing because it's a part of my love language. But you have to set boundaries. And one of those boundaries that I'm now implementing is whatever I give have to be reciprocated. And no, you don't have to be perfect. Yes, I want you to be yourself. Absolutely. No, I'm not taking my love away from you if you don't love the way I do, or if you no, it's not that. For my own health, I have to set up boundaries. And the boundaries that I'm setting up is that I need for my energy to be reciprocated. I don't care if I'm the strong friend. I don't care if I'm the one that everyone always run to, if I'm the problem solver. I don't care about any of that. Check on your strong friends sometime too. Stop being a fucking energy drainer. We all got some shit going on. We all got some shit going on. And just because you've grown accustomed to someone being there for you in any type of way doesn't mean that you should always get the advantage of having that person around. That person may need you for something as well. Have you even offered your ear, your shoulder, your hand, your silence, your whatever it is that they need from you at that time? Have you even offered that? And I'm talking about to your friends. I'm not talking about, and again, let me just reiterate something from then. We're all in the age bracket that we are very well aware of who our friends are. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, mama used to tell me, be careful of my friends or your little friends. I'm not talking about bitches that you question your friendship. I'm not talking about anybody that you gotta second guess or question yourself about or them. I'm not talking about them bitches. I'm talking about your friends. Friends that became family. Friends that are now your sisters. Friends that they all have titles in your life based on characteristics that they have. We talking in code now. Stay on motherfucking code. That's another thing about my videos. You know, when you talking to your girls or you talking to your people, we got a name for everybody in our life. We talking code. Stay on code with me. Whoever your friends are you also giving reciprocation to that friendship? I guess that's why I get, so passionate, because I am a person of service. I don't feel no type of way about that. If I love you, my love is an action word. I stand on that. I go hard for the people that I love. And when I say go hard, I was putting people that I love before my own self. Because somewhere in my mind, I felt if the people I love is okay and I can make sure they okay, then I'm going to be okay. Because them not being okay in some type of way affects me. So let me put them first because I love them and I want them to be okay, so then I can be okay. That was the way that I used to think. But it appears, and it's not just me, It appears, it seems, and my experiences have taught me that the very people that I love are the ones I've learned some of my harshest lessons from. And in doing that, I had to learn how to love myself on another level. See, there's levels to the shit. And the level that I learned to love myself is to be able to put boundaries up, sort of like a border of protection. Yeah. You need to give people a outline on how to treat you, a understanding on how to treat you. And it begins at home. It begins with you. It begins with yourself. And I needed to learn how to put myself first, because now my thought process has changed. And if I put myself first and I'm good, I know I'm always going to make sure that I'm good. I don't have to depend on anybody else or look to anybody else to make sure that I'm good, because I was doing that at one time and everybody was coming up short. They was benefiting because I made sure they was good. Nobody made sure that I was. So now that I put myself first, that is a priority for me. That is the number one universal law, is self-preservation. And ain't no way in hell people could tell you that you're selfish. Anybody that tells you that you're selfish for putting yourself first, when you're not hurting anyone outside of you, you're not putting anyone outside of you in any imminent or physical danger when you put yourself first. So anyone that contests that and say that you're selfish are the very people you possibly need to take inventory on, because those were the people that were benefiting from you not having no boundaries. And now that you have boundaries and they can't benefit from those boundaries, it becomes a problem for them. And they want to play on your conscience or your psyche, on your emotions, just to try to get you back into a space. No. Heal, baby. That's all my channel is really about. Healing, healing, healing. I'm going to keep pushing that. I'm going to keep promoting that. I'm going to keep saying that. Heal, 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 so you can be the best version of yourself for you before anybody else. Once you become the best version of yourself for you, everyone else around you that you love, and those that went through the trenches with you, that survived the hard times, the uncertain times, the realness of the shit, because this shit get real. Those people will all benefit from you being the best version of yourself. It's not the other way around. And so heal so that you know how to balance your friendships and your relationships. Heal so that you can pick partners and friends that you don't even have to ever feel a way about having them, speaking to them, being in the same area, room, or whatever. There's no competition when everyone have a commonality, and the commonality is we all feel or care about this one particular person. So these are the people that you need to be around. We need to be around. Not the guy that needs so much of your attention that you have none for yourself. You have none for other people that genuinely care about you. And you have none for your children. You don't have any time or attention. You don't have any affection. You don't have any resources at all for anyone else but a toxic individual. No, we got to come up out of that space. And that was just my main point about yesterday. So again, I did not mean to offend anyone. I hope I didn't offend anyone. But at the same time, sometimes, also when conversations with your people, shit get real. And I cannot always be cordial, because always being cordial when you're dealing with the effects of life isn't realistic. It isn't. But just know I wasn't picking on you. I was not, you know, disrespecting you. And, as I said before, sometimes my delivery can be harsh and probably like a little aggressive, but it's not intended. it's not intended to offend you in any way. Okay, so with that, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm just getting started on my morning. I'm going to have my coffee and then I'm going to go out for my morning walk and jog. I wish you well. Peace and blessings. Please continue to heal.